Finding peace after the date from hell. I couldn't understand why a grown man who had money and a good reputation would resort to this kind of behavior. Or was this his dirty little secret? I still wonder if this was the only way he could get his rocks off. Why couldn't he have assaulted me in his home? We were alone all day, several days. Did he want to add the element of terror and intimidation by parking deep into the woods in the middle of nowhere after 12 o'clock midnight and giving me the option of walking home? I wonder if he tried this tactic with other girls and it worked. These thoughts bombard my mind as I hesitantly think about the violent act committed that night. Maybe one day I'll get the chance to ask him since I remember his name. His initials are HG. I would love to confront this man at the age of 48 and ask why. Wonder will he recognize me if we were both in the same room. I feel pretty sure I could pick him out of a lineup. Would my heart pound and I lose the courage to confront him is my question now. From observing and pulling me from the missing girl's mom's strength, I believe I could. People should be made to answer the question, why? So the injured party can receive closure. I would love to have closure now that the wound has been reopened 30 years later. As I think about it now, I wonder if he remembers my name, my face. Or was I victim number 56 or number 156? Was I just a notch on his belt from a long line of victims? As the water poured down from the shower like rain, so did the tears that flooded my soul. I did not experience inner guilt. Was it because I had done absolutely nothing to provoke such a hideous crime? Was it because God allowed me to rest in the valley of peace so he could remove the memories until such a time as this? Should I live my life as a victim or a survivor of rape was the mental question. To live as a victim, I would have to hold on to fear and live in a closed environment, being suspicious of everyone. Before this, I was an outgoing person. Why should I have to alter my personality because someone committed an injustice against me? To live as a survivor, I would have to understand that this person had premeditated this crime against his next prey. On the right day God had created for me, someone decided to steal my joy and leave my soul empty and full of guilt and shame. This was not God's vision for my life. I must put my hand in God's hand and let him bring me from insanity back to the realm of sanity and begin to live again. I must remember that vengeance belongs to the Lord. I must remember that God can repair a broken vessel because he made the vessel. I must let love flow through my spirit again, letting my light shine for all to see the great work God was doing in my life. I had to let the light shine within me. I thank God every day for healing me, letting me keep my sanity and not lose my desire to live. His loving care saw me back to a complete and positive state of mind. I did not lose my faith in people nor relationships. From that day on, every day that I went on, I made sure I got to know the guy very well because I did not ride in his vehicle. Walking dates allowed me to continue dating. We walked everywhere on the date, no matter how late we went out. We walked to the movies, parties, stores, and restaurants. Guys did not understand the rationale behind this, but they indulged me and enjoyed it. It was a good, wholesome fun, and most of all, I felt safe. This would give me a greater chance to escape because I walked the campus every day. I never lost my belief in the power of love between a man and a woman. As I reminisce, I remain eternally grateful to God Almighty that the devastation did not let me turn into a bitter individual, afraid to enjoy life and dating. I became wise after the date from hell and made a conscious decision to explore the realms of dating. I exercised caution and used my internal instincts so as not to let immediate danger stare me in the face. At all costs, my goal was not to let this negativity called rape annihilate the positivity I enjoyed in my first sexual encounter. My goal was to build on what I knew was good, and thank God I did. God blessed my life with gentlemen from that day forward who cherished and loved me. 5 months later, after letting go and letting God, I met a wonderful young man. He was God sent. He restored my trust in men and relationships. He respected my desire for no sex throughout the duration of the relationship. I dated several other young men who respected our love. The relationships were love filled and involved no sex. A year later, I started dating a man who was God sent from a dream. We held hands, talked, communed in person and over the phone. Our hearts were on one accord on the first date. I had met my soulmate. I made up my mind to not let this crime steal my joy and rob my life, leaving it empty and void. The nightmare ceased, and the memory of it was washed away like residue from my mind, never to penetrate it again. I must close this Pandora's box and take you on a journey to discover how I found out about love, sex, dating, and relationships. My first year in college made me take a good look at dating. Every date I went on from that point on, I got to know the man and introduced him to all of my friends. I thank God every day for allowing me to examine how dangerous dating was. The tragic incident that happened to me as a young lady caused me to go back to my grassroots and familiarize myself with the values and views I held as a child about love, sex, dating, and relationships. I will spend the rest of this book sharing them with you. These values and views remain deep in my heart, even until this day. The need to bloom into a loving, sexually healthy woman far surpassed remembering the injustice committed against me. I vowed to let no one rob me of this right.